friends, it's All About Russia channel. My name is Olga.
My name is Anna and today we came to our market, Russian market. We are going to tell you how much fruits and how much vegetables we have to show you what's the prices.
In Moscow.
Yes, to show you what's the prices, and I think you'll be really surprised.
Yeah, let's go!
Mission impossible. We are at Usachovsky market. There are a lot of familiar markets in Moscow. It was hard to imagine that there would be so many of them 3 years ago. Now in almost every district there is such a place where there are a lot of stands with vegetables, fruits, cheese and other products are gathered. But also a large number of restaurants. In general, now we will show you everything and tell you about the prices. Has the availability and quantity of products changed since the sanctions against Russia were imposed? Here hasten to please you or upset. Nothing has changed. Yes, as there were different types of cheeses from other countries, they remain. Although in fact since 2014 they haven't been able to bring food to us, but nevertheless private companies bring everything they need. In the other hand, we probably don't need it anymore. But now in Russia there are a lot of different industries, there are a lot of fruits, vegetables and everything else on the shelves. Read it yourself. You delayed this moment as such as you could to show these shelves. I look at them and my mouth waters, so I want to eat something from here. Are you ready? Cute. Yes, Captain. That's right, Captain. The only difference is that such markets are very expensive. Yes, sometimes the products here are more expensive than in the supermarket, but at the same time there is a huge selection and everything is very fresh and tasty. Sometimes here you can find that is not in a regular store. We also have weekend fairs. Somewhere not far from such a large market, small ones open where farmers from different cities of Russia come. Sometimes that happens. And there they sell their products cheaper, but in such markets it is still very expensive. Take the place in every district and several of them may open at once in each district. There are a huge number of cheese and butcher shops selling different brands, as well as individual cheese dairies that open their shops here and present only their products. Bakeries, by the way, too. Take, for example, a bakery. I know that in other countries people like frozen bread very much. They don't like it in Russia. It seems to me that in Russia they even try to buy fresh meat and fish. I don't know, maybe it's our specialty. We don't really care about frozen foods. Even if you walk through the market, you will not find places there where you can sell frozen food, except perhaps only mushrooms, berries, what is for season, and what you can buy in at any time of the year, for example, bread and rolls, you will not find. Here, just what we said about, that only some dumplings are frozen. Now, how much a kilogram of dumplings? Ravioli, gyoza at the same time as dumplings. So dumplings cost 1,500 rubles per kilogram. To be honest, it's very expensive. There is a huge selection of eggs. It is written that there is a homemade egg. So now let's look at the prices. The most inexpensive egg costs 110 rubles. I believe that for a dozen. And how much is the most expensive? Ah, look, the most expensive one costs 250 rubles. Wow, they are so huge, so look like ostriches. Look over here, let's compare. Just take it from above. So here is an egg for 110 rubles for a dozen, but for 300. It seems to me that it is still more profitable to take a large one. 35 types of eggs. Have you ever seen this? Well, what do you think? Is 110 rubles for a dozen eggs expensive or not? Huge selection of meat in the markets. Let's compare prices now. For example, a turkey fillet costs 799 rubles per kilogram. A chicken leg fillet costs 500 rubles per kilogram. An ordinary chicken drumstick costs 480 rubles and the breast costs 400 rubles per kilogram. In addition to all sorts of different foods, there are also shops with products from other countries. For example, here is a large Georgian shop selling churchkela, all sorts of Georgian sweet, Georgian wine, compotes, In general, everything that your heat desires can be found there. Of course, fruit shops deserve special attention. There is a huge selection of fruits. The only thing I don't like here is that the salespeople are always talking to you here. Even now we are filming and they are already looking at us as victims. But it's also very expensive. So a kilogram of tomatoes costs 400 rubles, and there is also 600 rubles. It is much more expensive than in the supermarket, but accordingly everything is very tasty. Well, naturally, look, there is so much here. There are berries, look how big their blueberries are. How much the apples cost? So, here are 300 rubles per kilogram. Wow, big apples! That is, on average, a kilogram of apples costs 250 rubles. A separate kind of art, of course, is nuts and dried fruits. In Russia, dried fruits are very fond of. I don't know how it is in your country, but we love dried fruits. So just look how many nuts and dried fruits. And for me, and look at Anna, main raisin. How much do you have a kilogram of pistachios? We have different pistachios, raw, salted, roasted. What do you need? Fried. For the fried ones is 2,000. A kilogram of roasted pistachios costs 2,000 rubles. How much does it cost in your country? We immediately warned that the prices in this market are higher, but look, if you buy a lot of things here in different shops, then they help you carry all the packages to the car. That is, you do not have to drag and do everything you by yourself. In addition to the fact that there is a huge selection here, it is also a pleasure to buy here, because it is always insanely beautiful. Take a look around yourself. There are all sorts of shops with food from different countries. On this side are different tents with food. Here we have some wings, here are dumplings and shawarma. Here is food from other countries. Also, for example, there is a Vietnamese cafe and it also sells products from Vietnam. Of course, there are open kitchens everywhere. That is how it all happens. If you pay attention, the floor here is perfectly clean, nothing is lying around. Look how many drinks are different from other countries. In general, you should not worry that in Russia there is no more Coca-Cola, Fanta. In addition to the fact that we now have good, there is now Fanta, you can still always find the usual Fanta. Here is another rich cola. Rich cola, please, anything you want. Here are the cakes. Here is everything to do with truffles. There is Turkish cuisine over there, called Istanbul. Here we have sushi. There is a place called Treasure of the Seas. You will be blown away by how it all looks now. Are you ready? I turn the camera. Here people sit, there they can drink wine, and here everything is fresh, even crab rumps. Do you represent? It's just a market. I know that in the comments they write, yes, you showed the best. No, we really have a lot of such markets and they are insanely popular in Moscow and other large cities. Such huge ones. Why do they have lemons in there? I don't know, so pity. As vegetarians we are not allowed to watch this. Now we're telling you how much red caviar costs in Russia. It seems to you that we are eating it with spoon here. Sometimes, of course, it is true. Look, the pearl of Karelia caviar costs 1,260 rubles per 100 grams. Dried caviar costs 5,000 per pound. 5,000 rubles is worth half a kilogram of red caviar from Karelia. Black caviar pearl of Russia costs 6,200 rubles for 113 grams. Because of the stream, it is not visible, but there is fresh fish, and now she lies here. This is just to make you notice that there is practically nothing frozen. That is, there is very little frozen. So many huge refrigerators with everything fresh and only a small one with frozen food. You see, there are mostly non-Russian made products here. Anya has a huge wine shop behind her back. Naturally, without it nowhere. Here is the wine that I used to love. I don't drink anymore. Don't I forget? Yes, there is Donna Fugata. Let's see how much alcohol costs. Wine Donna Fugata is a Sicilian wine. It costs 3,890 rubles. I think that this wine is available in every country, so write how much such a bottle costs in your country. Of course, there are cheaper ones too. There is a bottle of 1,900 rubles and also have a lot of wine. There are many wine shops in Russia. Expensive alcohol also didn't appear anywhere. Here you can find all the names so you know. Everything is fine. We are continuing. Here is a large shop with sweets from different countries. It's very big. There is also usual Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper and Fanta, all kinds of delicious drinks from Greece, from Japan, toothpaste from different countries. Here is Toblerone chocolate and all kinds of sweets, Nutella, Milka. Here are Japanese brands. There are instant noodles. We say this in the fact that everything you need and everything your heart desires can be found in Moscow. There are a lot of gluten-free products also for vegans. We love tea no less than in Britain, so we also have a large selection of tea shops. If you thought that there were no olives in Russia, then look at how many there are. By the way, I love olives. And you? No, I think love for olives comes with age. Let's take a look how much it costs. For now, I will count how many kinds of olives are there. Only I do not distinguish them for olives. Basically, on average, olives cost 300 rubles per 100 grams. You are probably wondering how much hamon costs us. It costs 10,500 rubles per kilogram, and it is written that the hamon was brought from Spain. And how much cheese do we have, guys? How many cheese factories have opened since 2014? Just an incredible amount. In such places, on the second floor, there are always large restaurants. Here on the second floor, there is a large cheese factory. So when they tell you that we are starving here, that we have empty shelves on the stores, know that it is a lie. We don't have anything like that. We have shown you only the market closest to our office. Plus, this market is my favorite because it's very cozy here. What a beautifully decorated staircase. Come on, have a nice run. Yes, there are already all sorts of restaurants. This is what it looks like from above. Here are some restaurants. This is just a cheese factory. Here is a bar when you can have a drink. Here you can eat burgers. Here is a Korean bistro. Peking duck is cooked here. In short, guys, you can come here and hang out for the whole day. Only for people who do not know how to make a choice, this is a big problem. You can't come here because you don't know what you want. You want everything. Everyone wants ice. I'll go there, but I won't go there. Damn it, how bad. Yes, I agree. It's so beautiful here, which is important for places like this. Write what else you want to know in Moscow, in Russia. We will gladly tell and show you everything. Oля, Anya, and Usachevsky Market were with you. And do not believe what they write and show. If you have any questions, please ask. We always try to answer them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have a nice weekend. Have a great day. We need to go to a different site. Let's go. That's all. Goodbye.